biologist, I always had a doubt. That is, why we have these many blood groups, but why not one? Because when I told you about blood, it has plasma and also formed elements. I didn't mention any exception there, like it has certain molecules which helps in grouping. So I started researching about it. I got to know an interesting fact about it. And that interesting fact is antigen. If you hear this term, you usually think it as a foreign particle and which is usually responsible for immune responses, right? But there are some antigens which are considered as self, which are present on the cells as proteins. But how these antigens on RBC are forming blood groups? Let us know about it more. If you see the RBC, generally it has a plasma membrane, right? Plasma membrane means it is made up of lipids and also proteins, right? Along with lipids and proteins, we have some derivatives also. So lipids which are conjugated with sugar molecules, those are considered as glycolipids. So here majorly in ABO blood grouping, we concentrate on glycolipids. Okay. So the major glycolipid which is forming ABO blood grouping is considered as H antigen. So H antigen is just like basement which is responsible for building a house, the same kind. Okay. So H antigen is present on the membrane which is a glycolipid. So this Het antigen have some derivatives added which will form AB antigens. Now who is forming this? So in our body everything is synthesized from a gene. So here these three genes are responsible for A and B antigen. IA is a gene responsible for synthesizing A antigen. How? So IA is a gene which synthesizes a molecule, or you can say it as an enzyme. This enzyme adds alpha N acetyl galactosamine to this basement, that is H antigen. What is that enzyme now? It is nothing but glycosyl transferase. So it synthesizes this enzyme glycosyl transferase which adds N-acetyl galactosamine to H antigen and forms A antigen. Coming to B antigen, it is also a combination of H antigen and one more sugar molecule, that is galactose. Again, the same enzyme which is slightly different is helping here. Coming to I, it synthesizes O, means it doesn't have A and B antigen. So what is present? Only H antigen. So it has only H antigen. So the structure I will give you in this video only, don't worry. Among these antigens, we have others also like Bombay blood group. I think you have heard about Bombay blood group. Now what is this Bombay blood group? So in Bombay blood group, they doesn't have this basement only, that is H antigen. So they doesn't have H, so there is no point of addition of sugars to that. That is the reason it is forming a separate blood group. And here is a specialized gene, that is small h, which is helping in synthesis of Bombay blood group. Okay. So our body have a certain mechanism. Like if the RBC have an antigen, our body synthesize an opposite antibody in the plasma. Okay, so these are the genes which are responsible for synthesizing these blood groups. Okay, genes part, don't worry, I'll discuss in multiple allele part in the genetics. Okay, so these are the blood groups A, B, AB and O, and Bombay is another type of blood group. Fine. So these are the antigens present on the cells. Now what kind of antibodies will be present? If A antigen, B antibody will be present. B means A. AB, it has both the antigens, so no antibodies. O, both are absent, so AB antibodies are present. In Bombay, there is H antigen, no H antigen, so special type of antibody, O is synthesized. That is not known yet clearly, so don't worry. So our body synthesizes these antibodies. Coming to this is the structure of H antigen, so basic basement. So if to this galactose is added, then it forms B antigen. If N-acetyl galactosamine, it forms A antigen. Okay. Along with A and B, we have another antigen, that is RH, which is found in rhesus monkey, so we term it as RH. So presence of RH has divided 4 blood types into 8. How? We'll get to know. So if the cell RBC, it has RH antigen on it, then it is considered as RH positive. If RH is absent, then it is considered as RH negative. So here, if you see, take an example, it has A, B and RH. So it will be AB positive. So like I said, presence and absence of RH has made blood types into 8 different types. Okay. Now, whenever there is requirement of blood donation, okay, we have to know the person's blood group, right? Why it is required, that we'll get to. The major thing here is, like I said, we'll have antigens and antibodies. The both shouldn't react. If they react, it will destroy the cell. So the major concentration should be on antigens. For example, take A positive. What antigens are present? A antigen is present and RH antigen. If both the antigens are present, who can donate? The cells which have all these antigens should only donate. No new antigen should be present in them. So who can donate? A positive, because both are present. A negative, RH is absent, A is present, fine. O and O positive and O negative. See, foreign antigen shouldn't be present, but absence is okay. Take A negative. It doesn't have RH, so you shouldn't give person RH blood group. Okay, so A negative, O negative, both the negatives. Taking B positive, same as A positive. B positive, B negative, O positive, O negative. Coming to B negative, it has only B antigen, so all the negative blood groups, B and O. Coming to AB, AB has A antigen, B and also RH, right? We are telling it as positive. So as it has all the antigens, it can take blood from all the blood groups, right? So there won't be any foreign particle for AB positive because all the antigens are present in them, so no problem. As it can take blood from all the blood groups, it is considered as universal recipient. AB positive is universal recipient. Coming to AB negative. AB negative has A antigen and B but not RH. So here again it can take blood from negative blood groups. A negative, B negative, O negative and AB negative. Coming to O positive. O doesn't have any antigens but RH only. So it can take blood from only O, that is O positive, O negative. Coming to O negative, it doesn't have any antigens, so any of the blood group, if it is given, it is foreign for it. So only O negative. If you see O negative, it is present in the list in all the blood groups, right? Hence, it is considered as universal donor. See, it doesn't have any antigen, so there is no problem only. You can give to any person, right? So this is about the recipient and donors. Here there is a condition of hemolysis called as hemolytic disorder. This hemolytic disorder, you can generally call it as erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay. This condition is usually seen in fetal stage, that is in newborn. You will call it as HDN also. So what happens in this HDN? Let us know about it. So I said antigens are important. So if that antigen is absent in the donor or it is new one is present, then it causes hemolysis. So here in mother, so this usually seen in pregnancy. Mother has RH negative and fetus has RH positive. So during pregnancy there won't be any contact of blood, but during parturition, that is giving birth, if there is any contact, then the mother blood starts synthesizing antibodies against this RH. So first is fine because already it is done. But if in second pregnancy the fetus is RH positive, then these anti-D antibodies will cause hemolysis and leads to death. So to prevent this condition, we have a protein that is known as ROGAM. This ROGAM will destroy those antibodies. This is generally given before delivery. So this is about blood groups. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.